You like that demasking in the first moment? What's this? Oh, this is that sticker there. That's the, hey, when should you change your oil next? This is about the time. So we're going to pop these shades on, put the seatbelt on, turn the car on, drink some fucking water. Yeah, bitch. I didn't bring any water in with me because you can't really drink it due to wearing the mask. There's no point. And sometimes I notice with being pregnant, I feel like I'm gonna pass out if I don't have any water. And even when I'm working, I see people give me looks when I'm drinking water in the hallway, and it's like, dude, like, where else do you expect me to drink this water? Like, I'll be waiting for the elevator and it's like, I need water right now. I need water. Oh, the eagles are out. They're flying around. Okay, so got a few things that I need to do today. I just worked 2 days and it doesn't seem like a lot, but this has literally been my schedule. I've been working at this place for almost a year now. So I got my training. I got all this, like, figure it out what you're doing and blah, blah, blah. This is how things run around here. Da, 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 da. Worked for a month and a half. Got laid off for 4 months. Then went back to work for another month and a half. Got at, like, I think I was late. I was on call. I wasn't laid off, but I was reduced work. And then I went away because my grandma was sick. I went away, so I had to take some time off. I took 2 weeks off, came back, worked 2 weeks, got laid off, and then took another 5 weeks off, and now I just work 2 days. I was going to work 3 days. Usually I work 3 to 5 days, but I couldn't do it. I cleaned on Saturday. I cleaned the bathroom, did laundry. I did 5 loads of laundry because our washing machine doesn't take a lot. So, like, every time a load's done, go up the stairs, fold it, do whatever, make the bed, do whatever, go downstairs. And it was just the stairs, I think, and doing dishes, being on my feet all day. It drained me. I was pooched. Like my voice. I was pooched. So going back to work, I don't have a problem with working full time, and I think I just need to take this all as a blessing because I've worked so much in my life. And when I was going to school full time and working 4 days a week. It was ridiculous. Like, going to school full time and then on top of that 20 to 25 hours a week, depending on the week, right? So it was just so much, and I was so brain dead from it, and I didn't realize it till afterwards. I started smoking weed again at that point when most of my years in college, I did 4 classes because a lot of times you'll have labs with your classes. So you could have 4 classes and 3 labs and have 7 classes altogether, but you're not doing a full course load because the exam and the actual course are 2 separate, and you get 2, they're the same grade, but you have different tests, you have different procedures, you have to sometimes do like a practical exam within that. So it's a lot more intense, I will say. So it's like, not doing that, I'm not going through that stress. I would rather do another semester and make up for all that than stress myself out and have 8 to 9 classes. I wasn't doing it, especially working so much. I wasn't doing that. So I really, in school, I burnt myself out a lot, and I didn't really get through a full burnout. I never fully burnt out. Thank you, tequila. Homegirl helped me out through a lot of shiznit, I'll tell you that. Tequila was my best friend. Smoking cigarettes also helped me avoid that. Yes, they were addictive, bad behaviors, but whatever. At my peak physical fitness point, I was also going to the gym 5 days a week. So at my peak physical fitness, I started smoking, and it was the weirdest thing ever, and I don't think anybody would have expected it. I watched this YouTube video why that is, and it wasn't actually like why smokers also exercise, but it also had to do with opposite behaviors. I can't remember what it was about. Seems like I can't remember, but I just want to say like Taoism. I want to say it was about that, but similar to people doing cocaine and working out. It's a stimulant, it's this stress reliever, and with exercise too, it's a stress on the body. Way back in the day when we were Neanderthals, when the body would get stressed out, when it's running, you know, it's trying to look for food. It's stressed because you got to bring food home for the family, or it's running away because fight or flight. You're either fighting this animal, which is like the exercise portion, or you're running away. And your body doesn't understand when you're running on a treadmill why it's running on a treadmill. It just knows that the body is stressed out. You're stressing the muscles out. So it's like, it's confused, it's very conflicting, and for the body sense, it's healthy for us, yes. We are designed to run, to jump, to climb, to throw. Our bodies are designed to do that. So when we suppress that, when we don't allow the body to move in the way that it demands to be moved, it gains weight, it gets sad. There are so many people, I'm so over the topic of mental health some days, because I understand from a point you don't want to leave your bed, but the fact that you haven't exercised in 365 days, I'm not going to give you sympathy. If you don't want to go for a fucking walk, like sorry, yes, I get very upset about stuff like that, because exercise is so good for relieving some those built up chemicals in the body, for relieving stress. It gets up to a stress point, and then all these endorphins come out. This satisfactory endorphin will come out. The body craves to be exercised, and when people don't do that, we live in a society where, especially now, you think now when we can't physically go and walk to a doctor's appointment, I can't go to my midwife appointments in person anymore. So it's like, it's one of those things where the activities that people would do yes, I fucking get it. It's only walking from your car to the midwife appointment, and it's like that little bit, but at least the person's moving. When you're at home and you're just sitting on the phone, and it's like, yeah, whatever, you know, you're not actually getting out, you're not seeing the sun in the same way. The pandemic is really creating this weird dystopia, and this is something that I've seen for so long. DoorDash, for example, these fast food where it's like, hey, we'll deliver to you, we'll deliver your groceries to you, and it's like, well, you know how much like walking around and pushing the grocery, picking something off the shelf, that's some people's exercise. And I shouldn't say exercise, physical activity, they're just a little bit different. Physical activity is more of the act of, like, gardening is physical activity, and mowing the lawn is physical activity. Your body is being physical, but exercise is intentionally doing physical activity, physically participating in that to lose weight, to become more fit or healthy. So some people going to the grocery store, shit you not, is their physical activity. So it's like, you prevent people who, maybe if they're elderly, they don't really walk around potentially, and maybe like going to the grocery store every 2 weeks, that was their physical activity, and now you've taken it away. Now you've taken away social interactions with people. I get why these precautions are in place, but at the same time too, it's destroying a lot of society, and it's really going to affect us in the long term as a collective if we don't recognize certain things and how we're getting manipulated in a sense. Pizza's one thing. You want to fucking order pizza to the house? Sure, you already know pizza's bad. I always had this thing in school. If you're gonna get McDonald's, at least walk to the fucking store. Get your exercise in. It'll balance it out. I could honestly rant about this for so long because so many things make me so frustrated about what's going on in the world and how people are handling it. And what we're not talking about, we're talking about numbers. We're talking about people passing. We're talking about how leaders are handling things. What we're not talking about is how it's going to affect us long term. Nobody's talking about that in the news. Nobody's talking about, okay, like, we're going to lock you all out and, like, you're not going to be able to get active. We're fucking humans. We're animals. We need to move and exercise. Don't even try that shit. I'm so grateful to live where I live and I have so much open space around me. Our community has so much space around us. But for people who aren't as lucky, for people who live in apartment complexes and don't have this opportunity, I feel for them. And as a collective, I hurt for people. So I'm so tired. I'm so frustrated with what's going on in the world and how people are handling it. But that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna go get some shit done. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. Bye!